Other interesting business news, the Dodge Hornet GLH is coming, but not with Hemi. But it will attempt to be sporty for all 18 people who want to buy it. Now, this comes to us thanks to Adam, who's a writer at The Drive. He says, quote, "Scoop, the Dodge Hornet GLH concept will be entering production this year. The Hornet GLH, okay, there's a cute acronym, goes like hell, will get more power and a performance suspension to carry on the legacy, oh, I don't know about this, of Carroll Shelby's Dodge Omni GLH, which, yeah, let's just say I don't think Shelby would like this one. Now, visually, it does look slightly better than the standard Dodge, which, I mean, it's almost impossible not to. If you were to go to AutoZone and spend $18 on the crap accessories you use the tape to put on cars, you could also make any Dodge look better than it does come from the factory in their current capacity. But I partially digress. They say the Dodge Hornet is an attractive and feisty crossover in theory. It's not. Though it's proven to fickle in one execution, early cars exhibited serious software issues, particularly the RT spec with a plug-in hybrid option. Oh, Jesus. You have all the crap Stellantis makes when it comes to reliability. I wouldn't trust that. Sales finally began to move in the right direction last year because they discounted the shit out of them. Oh, no, wait. That's me saying that. Yeah, anecdotally, I know one friend who has a Dodge. And actually, what are the odds of this? I have one friend who has a Dodge and he has two. Something's wrong with him. I might have to have an intervention with him. Now, you got the Dodge, the Ram 1500. It makes sense. You got the last good one, the V8. But then he got the SUV. He got the Hornet. Now, it was like 20% off MSRP. The MSRP on that vehicle was like $45,000. Out the door from the dealership was like 32 or 33. Like, they started moving because they discounted the crap out of them because they knew they had to. Because no one was buying them at the current MSRP. Okay, maybe 18 people were. Not enough to sustain a business. Now, they say that, quote, but 2025 holds promise for a new model for another reason. The nostalgic Hornet GLH concept from 2.5 years ago will soon become a reality, according to Dodge CEO Matt McClure. The Hornet GLH was a concept, but you should see it arriving this calendar year. I'll leave it at that, he said in response to The Drive during a roundtable interview. And if we should get credit to anyone, want to make sure the new chief executive keeps his word, it ought to be to his family. My sons have a Hornet, he said. And all the time they're like, when is GLH coming? When is GLH coming? What kind of cruel father gives his son that vehicle? Again, I don't think you're entitled to anything. I didn't have a vehicle growing up. I had to borrow my parents when I was a kid. I don't think you're entitled to get like a free car from your parents. I think that's not really good for entitlement. That you have to work for things. I think that's best in life. Now, when they get a car, in terms of when you're a son, you're a young man or man in general, you think of all the things Dodge makes, which they make some things that are good. The Viper, well, discontinued, but of all the things they make, maybe get a Hellcat, a nice Charger or Challenger, which sometimes has 3 pedals. I don't know any guys excited to be like, oh yeah, I got a Hornet SUV. I know soccer moms like that, but his dad, he's like, Dad, when are we getting the performance SUV? I still don't believe the story. And much respect to he says, most respect to the CEO of Boys, who obviously know their history. The Hornet GLH was a callback to the Dodge Omni GLH, designed no other than Carroll Shelby during his Chrysler years. GLH stood for goes like hell, and the hot-rodded hatch certainly did, offering up to 146 horsepower for a 2.2-liter turbo inline-4 in the vehicle that weighed less than 2,200 pounds. It was an icon of the 80s of accessible performance, which is precisely the legacy Dodge appears to want for its entry-level Hornet today, which, again, Dodge has had some great bang for your bucks. One of my favorite would be the Dodge SRT4, the tricked-out neon. I actually learned how to drive stick shift from a buddy who had one of those. It's a nice black neon SRT. Well, I think technically you literally just call it the SRT. It was turbocharged, 4-cylinder from the factory, big old brakes. That was a fun car. This is an SUV that'll have some stuff bolted onto it, apparently. And this might hurt your eyes, but we'll see another angle of the SUV. Which is it the Temu version? They made it moderately, like a little more sporty, but not really. They say, quote, oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But they say, interestingly, when Dodge reinforced the GLH label for the Hornet's launch in August 2022, it did so with not one but 2 concepts, each based on the crossover's base GT and hybrid RT trims. These mostly served to show the car duty to demonstrate that it could be possible through Mopar's slate of direct connection parts. Dodge said they incorporated power bumping stage kits and lower suspensions, but no hard performance numbers were mentioned. Still, they give us hope that the brand may not constrain the label to the Hornet's pricier configuration. Oh, geez, what are these going to start at? For reference, the Hornet GT starts at $33,180, offers 268 horsepower and 295 foot-pound of torque for its turbocharged 4-liter Hurricane inline 4. Not bad value in round numbers, especially for roughly 3,700-pound SUV. But the Hornet RT will start at $43,000, $240, and gets as high as $49,080 for a range-topping RT model, which, bang for your buck, you'll be a lot more fun. Get a 2009 Porsche, what was it? The Cayenne GTS, a V8 with a stick shift and an SUV. It's got true horsepower and fun. Or you can get this POS. They say, fortunately, it seems like McLaren and the company now understand how essential pricing is to a car like the Hornet. This year, we got a lot of things, or he said, quote, this year, we got a lot of things in play, repositioned to the price point. Again, we just announced to our dealers that we're going to have this price point starting at, well, under $30,000, which is good marketing because it works. As silly as it sounds, it's $29,995 to get it back down in MSRP to focus on the ICE models. New option packages will also break apart premium content, which is currently bundled with the plus trims, giving buyers a little more a la carte freedom in speccing the cars, which, yeah, once you got all the heated seats and the infotainment, all that kind of stuff, the MSRP gets comical on these things, like many vehicles. They say if Dodge can embody that message while making the GLH a compelling performance proposition, the Hornet will still find its way to the hearts and minds of enthusiasts. Will it? Again, there are people who love performance vehicles. I'm one of them. There are people who want, take the regular vehicle, add some performance, add some upgrades. It's a great hit. The Honda Civic Si being one of the best bar none, and Honda Civic Type R being even a tier above that, and Honda OG made more stick shifts than any other manufacturer in 2024. Awesome. But when it comes to the SUV, again, people like that. Dodge used to make crazy SUVs. They used to put a Hellcat engine into an SUV. Like, they used to do some crazy, wild shit back in the day. And again, the Dodge CEO who made Dodge great again, some might argue, is back. And he's telling publicly, like, people are asking him, will they have the V8 Hemi in the standard 1500 pickup truck again? And he's saying he has to look at the research and the sales numbers in 2025. So again, send him a message. Don't buy anything that has the twin turbo V6 in their platforms if you want to get that Hemi back standard. And again, I think Dodge they need to get back to the core of what Dodge was. Fun, bombastic, loud, awesome cars when you get to the high trim levels. Again, I'm not saying don't make the economical, entry-level vehicle. That's one of the best value propositions out there. The Dodge Challenger, they actually had a model start at like $23,000 to $26,000 for like the entry-level, I believe it was the V6. And then you get up to like the Hellcat, Demon, Banana Falcon option. It's like $112,000, $113,000. And all the options in between. And obviously, you can get more profitability when you have more bells and whistles. That was great. Literally a car model for everyone. It's a good idea. But, I really think for this to be really successful with the enthusiasts, well, they won't do it, but they should have 3 pedals. I'm a little biased. Obviously, I love stick shift vehicles. It's all I ever bought. It's all I'll ever own. And I think that'd be really cool to have 3 pedals and or at least the option for it. Because that would get some headlines, be very unique, differentiate yourself from the competition. The only other stick shift SUV on the market in the US new is the Bronco, which there are some people who want to actually get to work and not be on the side of the road all day, as Bronco has now had 8 recalls thus far since they started production of the vehicle. Not good, to say the least. Another thing they could really do, again, for the top trim level for this vehicle, which, again, it'll be a low volume unit, but great for marketing and advertising, put in a big, bombastic V8 in this thing. It would be comical how large that engine would be to cram that into this little crossover SUV thingamajig. But again, if you look at the things that really made Dodge great a couple years ago, that really won over hearts and minds of enthusiasts and got people interested in platforms, it was that. Just stupid, loud fun. No one's going to dip. And again, the top trim levels, no one's going to damn about fuel economy. I understand you have government interventionism that's forcing them to make EVs and crossovers and hybrids and all that crap. Again, part of that is also market related. Consumers do like hybrids. That's growing. But for the top line, make it fun again. Do it, Dodge. Again, the styling isn't terrible. It looks okay. Looks like they also got some extra nice rims. In theory, they should have some giant Brembo brakes on there as well. Hood looks slightly more angular and aggressive. Got some extra paint slopped on there. A little extra logo painted, or was presumably just adhesive, sticker taped onto the fender there. Still think they can do better than design personally. Tweak it a little bit more. It looks better than the standard, of course. But yeah, if Dodge really wants to turn heads and really get people excited, do something crazy. Do something no one's expecting. Put a crazy big old V8 in there. Add a stick shift option. Go all out. Get people excited about the brand again. You got to do something different. Remember Dodge sales in 2024? They crashed 40+%. Same with profitability. Stellantis is in trouble. They're rough. They got to do something different. So again, they say this concept is going to come to the forefront. We'll see how awesome it is be. And again, every time you do these high, really premium trim levels, it's not going to be a big volume unit sold, but I think it'd be a great way to differentiate yourself and make people excited to buy Dodge again. When was the last time anyone was excited to buy Dodge? Like the Hellcat Demon, that was epic. 0 to 60 in 1.66 seconds, a giant V8 engine. It was great. And then they decided to go all in on EVs. Yeah. So we'll see. Let me know in the comments. I mean, every time I walk past like an old Dodge SUV with a Hellcat engine, I literally just smile ear to ear. You see the Brembo brakes the size of your foot. And it's different enough to get your attention, but only enthusiasts will notice it. It just makes me smile a little bit. Kind of like when I walk past a car and I see it's got 3 pedals and a little stick shift. It makes me just smile a little bit and picks up my day. But let me know your thoughts in the comments because, as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how to make the show better and better. Friendly reminder, Saturday night, February 22nd, I'm going to have my first Q&A live stream. I'll get a specific time out in the next couple of days. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.